what happens, you know.
Hmm.
Sounds like you're doing a lot. We want to reduce it so that it comes easy, so that you're able to attract um, partnerships.
Yeah.
So this is our pain of cycle of pain. What happens when you start to when you're auditioning for breadcrumbs and dating um, and love? This is likely the cycle of pain that you're experiencing over and over again, whether it is a revolving door or it's the hey beautiful text or it's losing yourself as soon as you get into a relationship. And hi, Shelley.
Hi. So,
Oh, sorry, I muted her before she started talking.
oh, sorry about that. I hated to join late, but I definitely wanted to join.
Okay, well, we're on just a slide or two in. So thanks for joining.
No,
So
thank
when
you.
you're welcome. So when you love from survival, you settle for pain. And it's likely that a lot of folks who've experienced this cycle, they've gaslit themselves and said, you know, well, maybe if I give them something more, then they'll appreciate me more. And that's just not what happens. So what ends up occurring is you start to overgive and do what this client of mine said. Maybe if I love them harder, they'll love me more. And then what comes next is you start to negotiate your needs for theirs, and then you start to self-abandon. And so it doesn't matter if you need support, you find yourself always tired and supporting your partner, always doing more. And then what happens is that the resentment kicks in, and you find yourself crashing out inside or screaming, why doesn't anyone ever value me? And then finally you get out and you say, never again. I'll never do this again. You close your heart off and say, I'm not going to date anymore. But as soon as you get into a new relationship, the cycle starts all over again. Can anybody identify by raise of hands or emojis that the cycle of pain experiencing this? Joshua. Right. We know a few other folks that share. So what you
Can I
learn? Sure.
Shane, one question? What did in this one? What do you mean by the first part where you say when you love from survival? What do you mean by that?
So loving from survival is dating from a sense of survival. It is that place where it's like I need to find a partner. I need to create this relationship. Why doesn't anybody love me? Why doesn't anybody love me? Except with the except maybe that's not the right word. Instead of yeah, that's the word. Instead of saying I am confident in myself. I am grounded in myself. I know how to communicate what I need. I'm clear on what it is that I'm looking for. Then attracting a partner from there. A lot of folks lack the clarity portion.
Yeah.
They are working, dating from a sense of shame or fear. Somebody's going to take advantage of me. They're going to ask for more than what I'm willing to give. They're not going to give me enough. And these are what is considered the cycle of pain and dating from a sense of survival.
Okay, so meaning that feeling like the only way you can survive is to find someone who loves you.
Either that or thinking I'll never find a partner or nobody's good enough for me.
So how does that relate to survival though?
Because these are not necessarily situations that are coming from a healthy space, right? It is a sense of I don't want to get hurt or I have been hurt. And so I'm closing off my heart or I'm not dating. I'm looking for someone because I feel desperately in need of a partner. And there's a lot of different examples of that. We'll get into it a little bit more later
Okay.
inside of the webinar. And then if you're not clear, I can answer a few more questions. And if we need to go a little bit deeper, we can have a conversation.
No, that's fine. I was just trying to understand the aspect of the survival aspect. So yeah, I can have it sounds like multiple different meanings from either protecting your heart or feeling like and closing yourself off, or feeling like you have to go from one person to the next, that's your way of surviving, maybe. So I get it. Okay, thank you.
Exactly. Right. So with most dating solutions, they go surface level. Mindful dating is a trauma-informed approach, and it cannot be bottled. One person's experience cannot be bottled to fix everyone else's. So
Right.
yeah, and so
It's not a secret elixir that works for everybody. The same solution doesn't work for everybody. Got it.
Exactly. And so what we do is we figure out what trauma is informing your dating pattern, your survival pattern. We pick that out of it, and we help you heal from it. We unblock it, we unpack it, and then we start to practice new habits so that you're able to align with the person that you want to attract with. And I'll add this for you, Clint. A lot of folks come in here and they're like, I can't find a partner. And I'm not picking on anybody, but I've been doing this for a while now. They're like, I can't find a partner, but they're looking for a Louboutin, or they're inside of a Burger King.
They're looking for a what?
A Louboutin, LMV, like a fashionable purse, or Christian Dior inside of
Okay.
McDonald's.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with those, but okay, yeah, inside a Burger King. Right.
Yeah, it's placement. Like, where's your partner going to be? Where's your ideal partner going to be? And what I've learned is that people have not been given the permission to show up authentically as themselves. And that's what we also solve for. So that is also plucking out the pain, trauma from these relationships that
Right.
are able to help you align.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Very not surface level, very not cosmetic, very ingrained. Someone just joined. Shamika. Hi, Shamika. Thanks for asking questions.
Sure. Thank you.
And I'll probably repeat some of this because it's likely in here already, so forgive me. But it's good for the folks who just joined.
Okay.
So what you learn with mindful dating is that you don't attract what it is that you want. You attract what your energy matches with and allows. So a lot of folks think doing affirmations all day will work, but you can do them all day. They're just words if your energy isn't matching the inner value system. You'll continue to repeat those patterns that are indicative of your unhealed traumas. So this is why we take you through the healing process first. The energy that you're welcoming into your heart and your bed is also a direct reflection of any unresolved subconscious traumas that are playing out in your life and your love life. So what we do is you heal that, and then you heal the energy. And that's when the shift comes, you start to attract it. I like to add this: if you're a gambler, you may be called a high stakes gambler for your tolerance to take on more than you should instead of having clear and healthy boundaries. So in the mindful dating container, we first root out the traumas that's preventing you from having healthy relationships through meditations, workshops, groups, or going through the signature mindful dating journey. You may be asking, how do I get from dating from survival to dating from stability, and what does that cycle look like? Well, first, you heal your energy and release the stored trauma that's causing the pain the cycle of pain. And what happens here is that you start to open up for new possibilities. And how you do that is you can start with self-led meditations, groups, or your own personalized mindful dating journey. And then you learn to set clear boundaries to protect your peace and your heart. Then we go through in our coaching calls or our consultations, teaching you how to learn how to honor them. And this mostly happens in the deep dive consultation, these secure attachment groups with our therapist, Yulia, who's going to be holding those, or the personalized mindful dating journey. Next, what you do is you release the old patterns that have gotten you here by breaking the cycles of learned behavior. Sorry, the dog's going crazy. The cycles of learned behavior and survival strategies. But all of our offerings prioritize this unpacking the unhealthy traumas or the patterns that got you here. And once you've done the first three, then you're open to attract aligned love that honors who you are and your authenticity. And this is where you go from performing to aligning with love that honors everything that you are and what it is that you want out of love. So you've heard the dogs. I am in Bali. It is currently 10 a.m. in the morning here. I've been living in Southeast Asia by way of taking a sales director role out of Bangkok at a tech firm. My name is Shane Campbell. I'm a published author, an international speaker, a lifestyle and relationship architect, master certified yoga instructor, and the creator of Mindful Dating. So I believe that the greatest form of love is to help people heal from the root so that they can free themselves and finally live a life that aligns with their mind, body, soul, and energy. And what I do is I help people unpack unresolved patterns and attract aligned love and partnerships. I work with high performance professionals, pro athletes in the NFL, pro basketball leagues around the world, and also folks who are just like you. And I want to note that when you let the blockages go and you open up, that's when you start to attract what it is that you're looking for. So 90% of my clients are having healthy dating experiences or already in loving and aligned relationships.